morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all once again, wherever you are joining me at this hour, at where you are connecting to me. Yeah, and you are welcome to the 31st edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, as usual, we want to look at some happenings in around the globe and down here in our local market before we're going to looking at the chart as being displayed already, you know, in the life. But I will tell you that before we say anything, that this is the time to you to always go with your word, with your stop loss. Always have your stop loss when you are taking position. I mean stop loss. When I mean it, I'm serious. Because that is the only way you can safeguard your word, your investable capital. Be able to manage your fund. You need it. That is why anytime, any day, you must have plan, you must have your exit and your what and your entering strategy. Profit target is part of your decision, the one you are entering any trade. And on that note, you need to look at them whenever you are in the market. We'll start from look what is happening globally. Not it's not in news again. You can see the impact or the influence the ongoing war in Ukraine is happening on the market. But I'll tell you that this is some of a kind of a good news for us. If the president of Ukraine has said yes, it's ready for what for a negotiation deal with the president of Russia, it does mean that yes, gradually he also is seeking for peace because peace, no progress or anything can only thrive when there is peace. If at this point the two parties have seen their position and they try to like negotiate to come out of this, for me it's a good one, and that also change the face of the market. Yes, you can see that oil price continued its oscillation, and I said it earlier yesterday that whenever this oil price is going up, it has a lot of positive and negative impact. Positive impact for those that are in the sector, the oil sector, smiling, but a prior effect on the general economy is also is not palatable because one, when oil price is riling up, it's going to affect a lot of things. Even to heat up your yourself or your production line, it's going to cost you more, and that cost is going to transfer it to the consumer or whoever. And on that note, it's going to kind of put pressure on inflationary aspect of the economy, and that is not too good. And we believe that yes, with this war, it's going to linger because as there is kind of shortage in supply of this oil because of the kind of interruption the supply chain coming from Russia or even Ukraine. All this is part of what is going to affect the global economy, and for that, most of the central banks of the world are trying to like how they can manage the position. Don't forget that during the COVID-19 again, they make attempts also to manage the position, to be able to survive that period. Also, I see them they're also capable to manage with all these their monetary policies and other internal policies, either from the physical and from the monetary, to be able to put their economy over there in the global and down here in our local economy. For me, there is no cause for any alarm, but let us be focused. And when I focus, use your trade, your stop loss, trade your plan, and at the same time, look at the sectors or the group of companies that you know that the trend of what is happening is going to rub on them positively, and that is where you should also be beating your tent as investor or trader at this point. And also, this is the time to effectively play with your what your technical tools and at the same time your fundamental. But technical will play more role here because you know exactly what is happening in terms of attitude, behavior, and sentiment of players in the market. Put your candlestick will always give you kind of a picture, and also the indicators are there to confirm what is going on. And when you see two or three indicators confirming the direction of the market with what you are seeing or the kind of stock you want to trade, it also give you kind of a go ahead. That's why you don't depend on one single indicator, and also you want to understand the kind of fundamentals behind those stocks. But I always say that when you see a stock that is moving on a good momentum, you see the company has fundamental, but not up to that you see a negative news in terms of either earnings. What's your position? You see market reaction. If you're a technician, how are you going to manage that situation? That is why in managing risk, you need to understand your technical analysis. So that when you see reaction, where will it go? How far will it go? If, for example, now those that jumped into Access Bank, before now, and when they saw the result on the day it was released, the 70 kobo dividend, it dropped as low as that same day from 10 naira 40 kobo to almost 9 naira 50 kobo before the ban that day. People that sold at that lost almost 1 naira or 90 kobo that same day, 90 kobo that same day before the ban. Because they are panicking. But if a technician, your chart will tell you what to do. Then at the end of the day, you can see that after touching a rebanded, you don't just follow because you have seen the earnings that is good. You have also seen positives and you have also seen volume in that kind of stuff. That's why you must understand how to combine your technical and your fundamental at any market situation, even in the individual stock or the general market or index of any sector where you are trading, so that it will help you to take informed decision. It's very, very key. Yes, yesterday we saw the outcome of the MPC meeting. No, actually, before now, it's 2 days meeting. The last day, which is like today, the afternoon, they give us communication. But was surprised that the whole meeting took, both the communication and the meeting, everything was yesterday. And it came out that the committee members voted to retain MPC at no MPR, sorry, the MPR at 11.50 no percent. That is that nothing remained unchanged. The CRR was also at 27.25, as it is. Then also the liquid ratio is also at 30. For me, everything was left unchanged. And you see, there's a motive behind this, that the committee sees that the economy is still recovering and the recovery is not too strong. And if you adjust anything, we're going to like bust, what is recovering. It just put a kind of a small nail to a tire that is pump. Before you know it, the air will go down, it go down. That is what you're recovering. Any kind of step in terms of jacking interest at this point, it's going to kind of kind of bust or kind of put like a deflator to what we have seen so far. For me, I think it's a good decision they have taken. But what is the implication of this decision that came from MPC meeting? It has two sides of it. One, if you look at what they did, if they have had a high interest rate, we see fund leaving equity market to other investment window. Leaving it unchanged now is to support kind of a positive plus for the equity market. One. Two, also because this was not adjusted up, we already have seen that the fixed income market yields or rate is missed already because of one. We will just see the uptick of inflation for the past 2 months now. January and February, we have seen it looking up, marginally. Yes, it's not too wide, but marginally it's a sign. And don't forget that what is happening in Ukraine and also is kind of influencing every other aspect of the economy. That means the oil price oscillating also is supposed to be a plus to us, but because of vandalization, we are not having enough even to us to generate light here is a problem. That tells you and decide what are you exporting. But for all this, but they don't see that it's better that they leave it unchanged. And also the committee also have like intention or move by CBN also to intervene in the energy sector by making sure that this distorted chain in terms of supply of either they call it diesel or AGO, so that the high cost of AGO who's going to be transformed to whether the consumer are going to kind of slow down production activities, because if you are buying your diesel almost 800 or 750, you can know what it means from 200 naira to that. You can see more than 500 top. Not affect production activities. For us to encourage industrial productivity, don't forget that there are three major instrument that tells you where an economy is. One, you need to look at what is the interest rate of that nation or that economy, what is their inflation, and what is their national or industrial output. But with the kind of increase we are seeing, in the energy-related product or industry, it's going to affect the general economy because the cost of production is going to go up, and that also cause put pressure on inflation. But CBN is taking a move, to discuss with NNPC. That is also another good way that they can control things that even, and also they encourage the physical authority to go ahead and also implement policies, roll out their plan, start putting money into that also bring liquidity and ease a lot of things. For me, let's watch between now and the next NPC meeting how the economy will go. So it's a good outcome, and we that are in equity, I think I can see some plus for us in equity, but don't mind the market behavior now. I see that in little time before the end of the quarter, we will see a change in the trend of the market. But stay with good stock and also let your stop loss always guide you, and also look at your technical indicators and your technical tools to know exactly what is happening in the market. And don't forget also, if this move by CBN to intervene in energy related product, we don't know whether they're going to deal with direct with the NNPC, or they're going to do, because remember when we saw the bad fuel, that is where we know that individual other company are the one importing fuel. Before we were made know that the NNPC was the one importing fuel for us. But if from that indication, that means if the government CBN is going to intervene, the way they intervene in other special or critical sector of the economy that they recently brought their interest to around 5% again. If they're going to do the same thing for energy, that will also be a plus for those companies in that sector, especially those that are also like Wando and others, that MRS, all of that, corn oil, internal oil. If they were giving kind of cheap loan also to have access to import this material, this NGO and other like fuel, that the cost of transportation will come down, because I'm telling you, another factor that put more pressure on inflation is cost of transportation, because even the farmer is ready to sell something low after harvesting, but movement from the farm to the market will cost me a lot. Then he want to recoup that money he paid for the transportation, not only for the goods that he has produced. That means you can see that this cost of transportation has a lot of effect on the economy. If CBN is taking the bull by the horn and they want to discuss with NNPC, like what I said earlier, before we learned that they are the one importing. But from what happened now, they say that this one imported bad, this one imported bad fuel, this one. It doesn't mean that they are not the one importing. If the money is going to go to all these fuel stations or importers of petroleum products, they are the one. That means there are some sectors that are going to companies going to benefit from such intervention. Just like we saw the impact of government incentive for the healthcare and also the agriculture and the manufacturing sector and others. How it's going to play out, even the power, how it's going to play out. For me, it's a good one. That means you have to shine your eyes and see the companies that are going to benefit from this in that regard. Once we're able to point that out, that will be a very good one. But I believe that those oil marketing, apart from those that are include oil, those that are local marketing oil companies are also going to benefit if the money CBN is going to kind of intervene. That sector will go to them direct. That will be also a good way of boosting their activities. Then before we go into that position, the market news now is that as we speak, Presco has notified the investing public of postponement of its board meeting that's supposed to come up tomorrow, because they want to factor in their a lot of things ahead of their AGM board meeting. Sorry, that's coming in now in April. But because of the accusation move for the Fiat in Nigeria, they set up in Port, want to do a lot of adjustment, which is very nice. For me, it's a good way so that you can also see the state of the company and also the potential of kind of expanding their 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 capacity going to be on the bottom line. These are fundamentals, but that will always tell us where these are going when we're looking at it. But we want to look at the fundamental aspect of it that also have power on influencing price. Another one there is the Unilever. Unilever board meeting is holding tomorrow, and that tomorrow we know what is coming out as dividend. That also can add a momentum to the price of the stock. We have seen the number, the unaudited account before now, and we expect to pay dividend, and let's see what comes as corporate action. That also help the price. But as we speak now, market has pulled back again. Market is already in red as we speak, and like I always say, people that until crossed below the 47,000, that is where we say we're already in a decline state. But as we speak now, market remains in the distribution phase. That people are taking profit up and down. But for me, I see that this outcome of MPC meeting should also be a plus that between now and the next MPC meeting, especially between now and the end of April, being the earning season for Q1, we'll see a lot of uptrend up and down. But those companies that will maintain positive number, and that's the first quarter will give us an insight where the company is going for the year. Because seeing the first quarter earnings of a company for 3 months in the new year will also tell you where this company is heading to. We have seen how companies that have performed excellently in 2021 started from their Q1 number, and that was sustained in their Q2, Q3, and then finally we see it at the end. And but see the kind of dividend I'm managing for such companies. This is how to invest this year. Look at a company that is growing their earnings, as well as their volume is increasing, and they're having positive technicals and sentiment in this company. That is how to invest. You have to stay with such company, and that is why at the coming masterclass, I'm happy that the way people are paying shows that Nigerians are really ready for knowledge, and at the time to play safe with less risk, and continue to make money in the market, because our strategy in Investdata is that with less risk at the same time, consistent earnings, using what data and also signals, and also having the market to know what to do at the right time, and what will help you to know when to stay put in the company or when to exit totally. Because I said it and I'll still repeat it that this part of the world, we know when to buy stock, most of us don't know when to sell. That's why tech analysis is good for us to manage our risk. At the same time, tell us when to sell and when to hold stock. All this strategy will also be discussed at the master class. But for me, to speak now, market already in red, a pullback, market as big as touch as low as one as low as 150 130 sorry 47,134 no 63 no before going up again now. No, market is just going up and down, but let's just keep our finger crossed because I see that something will happen before this week runs out. Now that people will investors or market will be interpreting the outcome of the MPC meeting today, and also we have seen the economic data from and also we have seen results of the company. Adjustments will be made, and now that those that in physical market also be trying to look away from the market to see where they can make return on the short term, which I know that equity platform is where they can get such return on the shorter period. For that, we expect them to look the way of the market in months from now. That will change the kind of momentum in the market. But as we speak, we have 14 losers against 5 gainers. Tells you that market is already in a negative breadth. For having out of the 14 losers, ETI is topping the loser chart. ETI lost this morning, recording a decline. Then followed by Sovereign Trust Insurance. We have a Waco there. We have a Codvi Business Solution. We have a Cabaton. We have a Nestle. Out of the 14 losers, these are the top losers as we speak now. For me, the market is still having a direction because stock like Nestle lost this morning. That's why market is in this position this morning. But this cap that one that kept the market up there before now. But we're seeing them losing now. That means kind of for me a kind of a reversal or a pullback that's possible. But let's see before the end of the trading for today where they will go from here. That will exactly give us the position of things. There's no need for us to panic at all. Or rather, let us just go onto the market because I believe there's a lot of goodies for us in the market going to the end of the quarter and to the month of April, which is the earnings for Q1. Then if you look at the gainers chart, here's 5 gainers. Also, we have the 5 gainers at the top. At the top 5 gainers, we have FCMB leading, followed by Prestige Assurance, Police Microfinance, and the FTN Coco. Last there is the Union Bank of Nigeria, UBN. These are the gainers for speak at this hour. But I tell you that the market is red because of what? The life of Nestle, the life of ETI, and Waco being on the top loser this morning that I put the market down to where it is now. But I want to go to the chart now to see what is happening right now in the market. This is the all share index of the market as we speak now. You can see here as usual. Then you can see you can see this blue line, your T line. Already market is below it now, even below at the 20 days level. Then at this point, you need to confirm a breakout of T line before you can jump into the market. But for those that are in good position, in good something that has it, don't need to panic. Those especially who are looking to release their corporate action, you don't need to panic. For those that have released and have made profit, yes, nothing stop people. But if you're not interested in their dividend, they not mark down, you hold and watch the market. But your eyes should be in the market to see where the market is going. Market has crossed down the T line down, which is a sign of a sell sign for those. But for me, market is still in the execution space. That still watch, and for those that are in position of stocks that are giving them money, nothing stop people. Don't sell outrightly if the sentiment or the momentum in that stock is still strong. You can see it here. This is the market now. You can see that the MACD is still bearish. Why our money flow index is still also trying to look up. You can see the kind of what we call a divergent here. You can see that here the two indicators are conflicting. One is positive, one is negative. Money flow is looking up around the 54, 58 this morning. Why the MACD is still bearish. You can see and is below the T line as we speak now. That means yes, let's wait. You can still watch to see where the market is going from here. There's no cause for alarm at all. But I see that our market has potential to give us exactly what we're expecting. And for those that understand how to invest, don't need to panic at all. Sorry, I didn't mention the top trade for the top trade in terms of volume. The top trade in terms of volume at this hour are Access Bank, UBA, GT Code, Zenith Bank, and what? And Sovereign Trust. Sovereign Trust Insurance. These are the top in terms of trade. in terms of volume. Access, they can see access has come back to almost 980. I maintained that position this morning. For me, also you can like to go back to 10 naira. Depends, because I'm telling you that this stock, I said last time, that has two face, or it's a mature stock in terms of value stock. I think that's kind of a good stock. And when you combine these two phase, growth stock and the value stock, it also have a plus for the company. For that, consider how the price resisted this further decline. That's why the face everything go. You can tell the kind of sentiment is for the stock, and where the number is also taking them from here. Let's quickly look at the top gainers. Let's look at the FCMB that is gaining now. FCMB, I think we have discussed about police microfinance before now. But still look at it and look at UBN. These are the ones I want to look at. ETI is a pullback in terms of profit taking. But I see that once they release their corporate action, we only see a dividend kind of announcement of 0.16 cent. No, still now the market is not clear with that dividend payout until the company give us their corporate action. But see exactly where they are going from there. Yes, let's quickly look at FCMB here. Let's look at FCMB. Look at FCMB, life of FCMB here. That we can know exactly what is happening here in FCMB. You can see FCMB here now this morning. You can see what is happening here. The chart here. And that's why the stock is looking up. You can see, but this is not a good sign. It's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. The candlestick I've seen here is not a good sign for stock. But you can see that the blue has crossed, from the up. You can see that it has gone kind of a very share. But the good thing is that the money flow is still very, very strong. What's happening almost 99. The front entering is that means the possibility of reversal in this stock is very, very high. That will tell you. And you can see that the stock as we speak now close below the T line. Yes, you can see it here. You can see it here. You can see it here. Yes, quick one. Let's also look at what is happening in police microfinance. Where is it going from here? That will give us also and help give us an insight where the stock is going. MPF. Yes. To look at what is happening in police microfinance. You can see that this stock is still, you can see the gap up here. You can see the stock is high at 42 naira 40 kobo already here. You can see it here. You can see trading above the T line, even above, almost there with the upper polygon band here. You can see that the T line here. See where it is now, 2 naira 40 kobo. And if you come back here, I see that it's still the volume that put the stock here is still very small, not up to the average traded volume, compared to what we have seen before. Let's still wait and see. But the good thing is that you can see that the blue line across the red line from bottom already, and that's a sign of divergent, positive divergent, that you can see it impacting on the stock here. You can see the movement from here where it's attended for this point before going up here. For me, it's a good one. It's a good one. You can see that money flow is still positive on the day chart. Let's quickly look at the 1 hour chart for this stock. That also give us a good sense of direction. Man, good one on the 1 hour chart. You can see the MACD here, see going up here. You can see turning up here on the 1 hour chart. It's a good one for the stock. It's a good one, and it's trading above the T line. T line, the blue line here. You can see it here. It's trading above now on the 1 hour chart. It's good. I'm trying to cross the red line from bottom, the way we saw it here. The way you can see here, the way we saw it here. So here you can see. For me, it's a good one. Let's see how it goes. The stock is looking good at this point. For me, it's a good one. Let's wait and see what is going to happen at the end of the day. But what we are seeing already in the stock shows us a good sign about the stock, which is good for me. Which is good for me. It's a good one. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Yes, you can see this is a 1 hour chart for Union Bank. You can look at it here. You can see this 1 hour chart for Union Bank now. 1 hour chart, you can see that Union Bank is bullish from here to here. But you can see that it has crossed, but MACD to give sign. But the funny thing that but don't panic. You can see that money flow is coming down on our chart. You can look at it on the daily chart to confirm what is happening since the market is ongoing. Okay, sorry, look at the, yeah, this is the 1 day chart. Now you can see, the 1 day chart is still positive for for Union Bank, but I'll tell you as to speak now, it's trading on no on the on top of the T line and below the 20 days moving average at around the 620, 620, 20 to 20 to 23, which is not bad. You can see, for me, it's a stock that have touched this high. Once they come and break out, that is where a new rally can start. But I tell you, market is really expecting good news to come from this bank in terms of the merger news and also the end of the year, because they didn't release their results for the first month of the year in January. Until now, we have not seen their results. It's also what the market are looking at to see how the results will look like. We know, yes, in the last 2 years they have paid to 25 kobo. Don't know how much they want to pay. With the new investor entering, the major investor, stakeholder entering the shareholder entering the company, the bank. Let's see how it's going to play out. But if you look here down here, you can also see that your MACD, looking at this histogram here, was seeing kind of uptrend trend before it start coming down again. But let's see, anything that will cross above this red line or it's also a bullish sign. But to speak, fund is still entering Union Bank. That's why the price has remained stable. Even when volume trader was not too attractive before now, that remain stable. You can see most been around the 70, 75 cents of money flow. But volume traded, it remains relatively low, below the average traded volume, which you can also look at here. You can see a trend line from here to here. This is an uptrend for me. Take a trend line here down this way. It's an uptrend for UBN. That is a good position for us to look at the UBN at this hour. Don't need to panic if you're in UBN. But I'll look at FCMB, Police Microfinance. Then I want to look at what is happening in ETI. The position is on the loser position, and also that of Nestle. If not permit us to quickly jump at what is happening in UBA after the markdown yesterday. These are the ones we're going to look at. Let's quickly look at ETI then before we now go to Nestle and see what is happening in Access Bank. This is ETI position now on a day chart. Let's look at an hour chart what is happening. ETI is trading below the T line and below the 50 days moving average. That means you and I have to watch this stock very, keep our eyes on it to see once it break out again. Because to speak now, it's resting on the lower polygon line. They will expect that any breakout of the signal of the trigger line, I said it, or T line as I call, will give us a sign to jump in again. But let's watch. But if you come down and look at the money flow, even at 1 hour chart, you can see a strong front entering that stock. And also here, if you look at this here, you can see that the T line, the MACD is also somehow bearish on our chart, which you can see. Let's quickly go back to the day chart since we are looking at the day trade position. As we speak now, on a day trade chart, is still above the T line as we speak, and above the 20-day moving average, the price position, which is good also. I see MACD is still bullish on the day chart, and money flow is, you can see these are positive confirmation of the stock as it is now, despite pulling back, still trading above the T line, and at the same time, the 20 days moving average, which is good. We are seeing MACD, yes, not looking friendly because you can see little kind of the histograms trying to decline here, but still positive at this hour, and money flow is still positive, reading above 50, around 53 to 54, which is equally good for ETI. Then quick one, we'll look at what is happening in Nestle before finally look at the Access Bank to round up the class for today. Let's look at what is happening in Nestle. Let's see what is happening. Nestle as a pullback. Yes, you can see the pattern of Nestle here. This pattern is a stock that is not volatile. We can see the movement. You can see Now all this one you are seeing like a single line is after moving up it come down because it didn't register they require the 100,000 to make. That is why you see there's no full candle up or down. But you can see the position of the stock here now. You can see stock pulling back, and see where it is at this hour. Let's look at the 1 hour chart of Nestle. Yeah, the 1 hour of Nestle, you can see the position of it now. You can see the 1 hour chart. To speak now, you can see it here, where the stock is. You can see where the stock is. You can see volume on here, volume on the stock. Just looking now, marginally around the, putting around the 1,397. And what we're seeing here, the position to speak now for Nestle. You can see volume here coming up. The good thing that MACD and the money flow are positive. I see MACD across here on that stock, but you need to watch. You need to watch here. But I always say that this stock is for just for me, it's for defensive. In terms of price acquisition, it has been slow. Decline it has been slow, but we're seeing this one that is pulling back to soon rebound because I will tell you the buying pattern of the insiders traders has really started trading has really kept the price up. When you see the highest stakeholder in the company continue to accumulate by buying direct from the floor, which they notify the exchange, it's not against the rule. As you are buying, you are letting them know. Yeah, you see that has kept the price up there. But to speak, market is looking also to their markdown date and their AGM. But I believe that their first quarter result also will be coming out in April. To see their position, but with all this happening, but I believe that Nestle has done some level of backward integration before now, and that means they should import less. If they importing less, that was also not impact more negative, not impact much negatively on their performance. But if they depend on highly imported raw materials, it will kind of eat into their profit at the end of the day. But I believe they have done backward integration. Different farms in Ibadan, in different states. I'm bringing that will help Nestle with that. But as we speak now, fundamentally it's not doing badly generally, but as we speak, the technicals are missed because I see that price action is looking down, but above the T line and the 50 days moving average. For me, it's a good one. Positive MACD and positive money flow for Nestle. Yes, finally, I said look at that UBA that just marked down yesterday. What is the face of UBA and what we as investors can do with our position in UBA? Can we jump in at this current price now? UBA has marked down. This UBA 1 hour chart, you can see it here. See the markdown, see the markdown here. You can see the movement. See on the downside around the as we speak now, UBA is around the 770, down from 780 yesterday, and you can see it now. You can see, but from the indicators, MACD is already bearish. You can see it here. Why? Also, money flow before now looking down, again, it has gone up, but after the markdown, you can see the movement, you can see the beginning of the markdown here. But let's look at 1 hour a day chart for it to conclude. For here, you can see the markdown yesterday, try to resist, like you can see the chart here. But now today it's already down around the 770 as I said earlier, and MACD is not friendly at all. But if you look up here, money flow is looking down on the day chart. Yes, this is for UBA. UBA is not doing badly at here, but as the volume traded this hour now, from here is above the average traded volume in UBA, which is that means people are taking advantage of this pullback, which is expected for those that are designing ahead of their number. If UBA Q number, Q1 number come, and beat expectation, but that surprise also take it price up to the level. That means, design investors that are taking advantage of pullback, I call them bargain hunters, are taking advantage of the pullbacks in the price, need to mark down to position and see where to take them again in the nearest future. This is how we round up for today. For quick one, we can discuss assets tomorrow, but let me look at assets for us to know the state of assets. Then before we now round up the class. But we won't talk much on assets, but our time is fast spent. Yes, assets is not looking badly on the daily chart. Let's look at the daily chart. Yes, access is around them. Yeah, still oscillating on the day chart. Access is around them. No, 9, 9, 9, 9, that 980, 985. That's what we're seeing here. You can see what the MACD is doing here. look at this histogram here in MACD. You can see a crossover to bridge that response. And look at what it's trying to tell us here. That means there's already likely to be what to confirm a good price situation. As we speak, the access bank is still above the T line and then go below what the 20 days moving average. You can see here, I'm still positive sentiment for assets, positive technicals, and positive fundamental. Apart from the dividend, the market you can see that even without that dividend, the stock still maintain positive sentiment and positive technicals. In addition to positive what, no fundamental, and we're seeing volume in the stocks. More tell you that people are taking advantage of the pullback and access back to buy and take position. Yes, here we draw the curtain for today. Thank you all for joining. And ask any question, very free to ask, or you send wait the question and answer on Saturday, or use any of our social media handle to ask your question. Also, direct your friends to go to the YouTube and look at this review every day at the end of the class. These are uploaded in our channel. Let them subscribe. That any meeting we're having live or live or Saturday posting from other TV stations, so that they can have alerts, that kind of update or alerts on their phone or anywhere that we have updated our site or our channel. This is what I expect you to do, so that we can teach more people how to invest wisely with less risk and also be making money consistently in the market. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your trading day. See you tomorrow again.